Alrighty folks, in this video we are going to cook up a user interface called UI, also known as a HUD, a heads-up display, basically something that goes on top of your game that will show you your score, your coin count, your health, your ammo, stuff like that, or the number of keys you have or whatever. So here we go. This one's kind of weird, so stay close to me please. It's a little bit wonky, I feel, but if you follow the steps you can do it. Right click, and we're going to need a new widget. So we are going to go user interface, widget blueprint. Make sure you're in the right place there, widget blueprint. There's only one kind, so we're going to click that. I'm going to call this my widget. Okay, and try to spell yours pretty close to mine, no spaces. The tutorial is easier to follow if yours is spelled like mine. Okay, the widget, well, what is it? Let's double click it and see if we open up a widget. Oh, cool. We've never done this before. You can scroll in and out here, but this is a big grid that shows what the UI could look like. It's kind of an overlay. You see some arrows here for the resizing. But the first thing we're going to do is go click on panel. Where is it? Sorry. Scroll down and canvas panel. Okay, you can type can up here. Can. And you drag it down here and you drop it on top of my widget. It doesn't matter if you drop it out there, but it works better a lot of times if you drop stuff here because it puts it centered in the middle. Okay. Notice the canvas panel now shows this blue or green square, and this is kind of mapped to our screen, our display here. So now we can start laying stuff, text, images, stuff like that, in this green or blue rectangle in the canvas panel, and it'll keep it all inside there. All right. So make sure you have a canvas panel inside your widget. And now let's go add something else. So I'm going to get rid of can. And the common stuff is what we want the most. So hide the panel stuff. We're done with that for now. We can add borders, buttons, checkboxes, images, and text. There is a text input field, like if you were setting your player name in multiplayer and stuff. But we'll do that later, hopefully. Right now, I just want to drag out some text. And if you drop it here, you could position it somewhere, but I want to show you my preferred way. Drop it on top of the canvas panel, and it defaults to the top left. And notice that it's a child of the canvas panel. If it's not tabbed in, if it doesn't disappear when you click this arrow, it's not a child, and you have to drop it on the word canvas panel. All right. So we got a text block here, and I'm going to click on there. I'm going to change the text in there, text block, to Hi Mom. Because I always like to say hi mom in my tutorials for some darn reason. And we could change the color and stuff like that. We'll do that later. We can reposition it, but I'm going to just right now go show you how to get hi mom showing in your screen, okay, at the top left of your screen. All right, so I'm going to compile or save this widget, and I'm going to go back to my map. And you can't just drag it out onto your screen or something, unfortunately. Let me show you the wonky way to do this. You're going to open up the level blueprint. You could put this on the player character, but I'm going to put it on the level blueprint. And I'm going to right click and add the begin play event. The red block that says event begin play. Okay. Now, this really... It's a spell I have to memorize. I don't know how to do this. I'm going to open up this. You can pause the screen right here. There's a screenshot that shows you how to do this, or you'll follow the rest of this video to understand it. But we've already opened the level blueprint, and now steps 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So this will make more sense if I go through it in order. So steps 3 was begin play. Step 4 was drag off here and type create widget. Okay. Well, what widget do I want to create? I want to create a class of my widget. And that's why I wanted you to call it my widget so you could find it now. If you called it something else, find that class. Now, we're creating a copy of my widget that says Hi Mom in the top left corner. But where do we place it? We have to put it on a widget variable in this blueprint, this third person map, or whatever your map's name is. So I'm going to go to plus variables, and I'm going to call it the widget now. This is not a magic name. You can call it current widget. Maybe that's a better name, current widget. But then it sounds magical, like current is a word you have to type. The widget now sounds a little weird. And the type is not any of the basic built-in types. You have to type the name you just spelled, my widget, or whatever you called your widget name down here. And, oops, I'm in the level blueprint. And now we are going to drag this out, the widget, the current widget, the widget now, and I'm going to drag it out and click set the widget. Okay, so what are we going to set the widget now to? Well, we're going to set it to my widget. Okay, it's pretty weird. Make sure these white lines are all connected so it flows. Begin play. Create the my widget, this thing, and then set the current widget for this level there. And then what's the last step? We have to add to viewport. Okay, so if we drag off of the blue here, we should have a add to viewport. And it connects it automatically for me, which is nice. I'm going to connect these, get them lined up, drag a box. What did I call it in here? I didn't give it a name. I'm going to call this comment. I'm tapping the letter C to give this a comment, so I know that this add my widget to viewport, whatever. Okay. And then there's a screenshot of that with some explanations for you. Let's compile and save and go hit play our map. And if we are lucky and cross our fingers really hard, it'll say hi mom in the top left. And you're like, that was a lot of work for not much benefit. I'm going to stop this video right here and we'll add on to it in the next one. Okay.